Hey everyone, it's Marky Plier here, and let me tell you, I am hyped for this one. Today we're diving into the spine-chilling world of horror games. We're talking about the games that keep you up at night, the ones that make you jump at shadows, the ones that truly get under your skin. Get ready to rank the top 5 horror games of all time with some terrifying gameplay footage. We're going to relive the fear, the adrenaline, and the moments that made us question our sanity. So buckle up, grab your nightlight, and let's do this. First up, we're venturing into the fog-shrouded town of Silent Hill. Silent Hill 2, my friends. This isn't just a game. It's an experience, a psychological journey into the depths of human darkness. You play as James Sunderland, a man drawn to Silent Hill by a letter from his dead wife. Yeah, you heard that right. Dead wife, creepy town, what could go wrong? The atmosphere in Silent Hill 2 is thick enough to choke on. You're constantly surrounded by this oppressive fog, eerie sound design and disturbing imagery. It messes with your head, makes you question what's real and what's not. And then there's Pyramid Head. Oh boy, Pyramid Head, this towering, knife-wielding monstrosity is the stuff of nightmares. He's relentless, brutal, and his presence alone is enough to send shivers down your spine. But Silent Hill 2 isn't just about jump scares and gore. It delves deep into psychological horror, exploring themes of guilt, grief, and the darkest corners of the human psyche. The story is full of twists and turns, leaving you questioning everything until the very end. Trust me, once you experience Silent Hill 2, it stays with you. Remember that feeling when you're home alone and you hear a creak upstairs, that unsettling feeling of being watched? That's Silent Hill 2 in a nutshell. It's a masterpiece of horror that will stay with you long after you put the controller down. And the monsters? Don't even get me started on the monsters. They're not just mindless creatures, no. They're manifestations of James's inner turmoil, twisted reflections of his own guilt and repressed memories. Each encounter is a psychological gut punch, forcing you to confront the darkness that lies within. Silent Hill 2 isn't just a game. It's an experience that will stay with you long after you've turned off the console. It's a masterclass in psychological horror, and it deserves its place at the top of this list. Next up, we're heading to rural Spain for a date with some seriously terrifying villagers. Resident Evil 4, ladies and gentlemen. This game wasn't just a sequel, it was a revolution. It took the survival horror genre, shook it up, and injected it with a dose of action that made it an instant classic. Remember tank controls? Yeah, Resident Evil 4 said goodbye to those clunky mechanics and introduced over-the-shoulder shooting that changed the game forever. Suddenly you were thrust into the action, aiming down the sights of your trusty handgun, fighting off hordes of infected villagers. Talk about immersive. But it wasn't just the gameplay that made Resident Evil 4 so special. The atmosphere was incredible. You're trapped in this remote village surrounded by creepy villagers who worship some ancient parasite. The sound design was phenomenal. You could hear the villagers whispering to each other in the distance, their eerie chanting echoing through the abandoned buildings. And let's not forget the iconic characters. Leon S. Kennedy, the rookie cop turned badass government agent, delivering one-liners like a pro. And who could forget the merchant with his unforgettable "what are you buying" and "Stranga" lines. Resident Evil 4 was a perfect blend of action and horror. It kept you on the edge of your seat, never knowing when you'd be swarmed by infected villagers or come face to face with one of the game's terrifying bosses. It was intense and it was scary, and it was a hell of a lot of fun. This game raised the bar for horror games, and its influence can still be felt today. It's a must-play for any fan of the genre, and it deserves its spot on our list of the top 5 horror games of all time. Chapter 3, Amnesia, The Dark Descent. Where fear is your only weapon. Get ready to lose your minds, everybody, because we're diving into the depths of Amnesia, The Dark Descent. This game, oh man, this game is the epitome of hide-and-seek horror. You're completely vulnerable. No weapons, no fighting back, just pure, unadulterated terror. You wake up in a creepy castle with no memory, a note from your past self warning you about something evil, and trust me, things get real spooky, real fast. You spend the entire game running and hiding from these terrifying creatures that lurk in the shadows. But here's the real kicker. Looking at these monsters, staring into their grotesque faces, it actually drains your sanity. Your vision blurs, you start hallucinating, the world around you crumbles. It's a mechanic that forces you to confront your fears in the most terrifying way possible. The sound design in Amnesia is top-notch. Every creak of the floorboards, every distant whisper, every guttural growl sends shivers down your spine. It's a game that preys on your primal fears, the fear of the unknown, the fear of the dark, the fear of what lurks just beyond your field of vision. And let's talk about the story, Amnesia. The dark descent doesn't hold your hand. It throws you into a world of mystery and forces you to piece together the fragmented memories of your past. The story is dark, disturbing, and full of twists and turns that will leave you questioning everything. Amnesia. The Dark Descent is a game that gets under your skin and stays there long after you've finished playing. It's a testament to the power of atmosphere, sound design, and psychological horror. If you're looking for a truly terrifying gaming experience, look no further. Chapter 4. Outlast. Run for your life. Next up is a game that needs no introduction, a game that's synonymous with pure, unadulterated terror. Outlast. Buckle up, because this one's going to be intense. Outlast throws you into the shoes of Miles Upshur, a freelance journalist investigating a creepy psychiatric hospital. And let me tell you, things go very, very wrong. Imagine this. You're armed with nothing but a night vision camera, your only source of light, in a pitch-black asylum crawling with homicidal maniacs. You can't fight back. You can only run and hide, praying to whatever deity you believe in that they don't find you. Outlast is a masterclass in tension and jump scares. The first-person perspective puts you right in the middle of the horror, making every encounter feel incredibly personal and terrifying. The night vision camera, while essential for navigating the darkness, also limits your field of vision, making you feel constantly vulnerable. And the enemies, oh boy, the enemies. From the hulking, terrifying Chris Walker to the creepy, unsettling Dr. Traeger, Outlast is a rogues gallery of nightmare fuel. These aren't just mindless zombies. They're deeply disturbed individuals with their own twisted motivations, and each encounter is a terrifying experience. But what truly sets Outlast apart is its relentless pacing. The game never lets up, constantly keeping you on the edge of your seat, your heart pounding in your chest. Just when you think you're safe, bam! Another terrifying encounter. It's a wild ride from start to finish, and it's a game that will stay with you long after you've turned off the lights. Outlast is a must-play for any horror fan, and it's a testament to the power of vulnerability and relentless terror in video games. Chapter 5, Dead Space, sci-fi horror at its finest. Last but not least, we're blasting off into the terrifying world of Dead Space. Get ready for some sci-fi horror, because this game is a wild ride through a derelict spaceship overrun by the stuff of nightmares. You play as Isaac Clarke, an engineer who's sent to investigate a distress signal from the USG Ishimura, a massive planet-cracking spaceship. But guess what? Surprise. The Ishimura is infested with these horrifying creatures called necromorphs. And these aren't your typical zombies. These are mutated, reanimated corpses that can only be stopped by dismemberment. Yeah, you heard that right. You gotta strategically dismember these things if you want to survive. Dead Space is a masterclass in atmosphere and tension. The environments are claustrophobic and eerie. The sound design is incredible. You can hear every creak of the spaceship, every hiss of escaping steam, every distant screech of a necromorph, making you feel like you're truly trapped in a nightmare. And let's talk about the weapons. Dead Space features some of the most creative and satisfying weapons in gaming history, from the iconic plasma cutter to the terrifying Ripper. These are tools designed for one thing and one thing only: dismembering necromorphs in the most gruesome ways possible. Dead Space is a terrifying and exhilarating experience that will keep you on the edge of your seat from beginning to end. It's a must-play for any fan of horror games, and it's a testament to the power of atmosphere, sound design, and of course, strategic dismemberment. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this terrifying trip down memory lane. We've explored some of the scariest, most unforgettable horror games of all time, games that have left their mark on the genre and on our nightmares. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more horror game content. Because let's be honest, who doesn't love a good scare every now and then? And let me know in the comments which horror game scared you the most. Was it the psychological torment of Silent Hill 2, the intense action of Resident Evil 4, the pure terror of Amnesia, the dark descent, the relentless chase of Outlast, or the sci-fi horror of Dead Space? Let's chat.